reign of King Janmejaya, there was a rishi by the name of Dhaumya. Rishi Dhaumya had a few disciples, one of whom was named Upamanyu. Upamanyu was not as bright as his other Guru Bhais, but he was extremely devoted to his master. Rishi Dhaumya wanted to give him all the knowledge, but Upamanyu was just not able to grasp any of the higher knowledge. So his Gurudev once decided to bestow his grace on Upamanyu. But before that, he wanted to test Upamanyu. Upamanyu was very fond of eating food. So one day the master called Upamanyu and said, Upamanyu, from today you have to take care of all the cattle, all the cows in the ashram. Upamanyu silently agreed. And every day he would take out the cattle for grazing, and by evening he would bring them back. The master noticed that despite all the hard work Upamanyu was doing, his body was still very stout and healthy. So he called Upamanyu and asked how he was able to maintain his health. Upamanyu said, Master, when I take the cows out for grazing and when they are grazing, I go out and seek for alms from house to house, and whatever food I get, I eat that. The master said, well, from today you cannot go and seek alms, and even if you seek alms, you have to first offer the food to me before eating. Upamanyu agreed. A few more days passed by, and Guru Dhaumya noticed no change in Upamanyu at all. He was as healthy as ever. So he once again called Upamanyu and asked him, are you up to any tricks? How are you still able to maintain your health? Upamanyu said, Master, I am not seeking any alms, but when I take the cows out for grazing, after some time I drink the milk of the cows. That's how I am able to maintain my health. So Guru Dhaumya said, well, Upamanyu, from today you are not allowed to drink the milk of the cows. Upamanyu again silently agreed. A few more days passed by, and Rishi Dhaumya again happened to look at Upamanyu, and surprisingly he had not lost even a single ounce of weight. So once again the Guru called Upamanyu and asked him, what are you doing? How are you not losing any weight at all? So Upamanyu said, well, Master, I have been listening to all your commands and I have been obeying all the rules you have set for me. I have just been drinking the foam that is left behind once the calf has had the milk. But since there are so many cows, the foam itself is enough to fill my belly. The master said, enough is enough. From today, Upamanyu, you cannot have any food at all unless you have offered the food to me, and unless I have given you the permission to eat. Upamanyu bowed down to his master, agreed, and left. A few days passed by, and Upamanyu was not allowed to have any food. His entire body was exhausted and he was starving in the forest while grazing the cattle. Unable to bear the starvation, he sat down under a tree and looked up towards the skies. And as he looked up, a drop of sap from the tree fell into his eyes. That sap was poisonous, and as a result, Upamanyu became blind. It soon became dark, and unable to find his way, Upamanyu fell into a well. It became dark at night, and the master was worried that Upamanyu was not back. The master has such immense love for the disciple. Rishi Dhaumya himself stepped out to look for Upamanyu. He entered the forest and started calling out Upamanyu's name loudly. And after some time, from the well, he heard Upamanyu's sound. Upamanyu said, "Oh revered master, you've come looking for me. Why did you trouble yourself? I am here in the well, but don't worry, I will come out soon." With his divine vision, Rishi Dhaumya was able to see exactly what all had happened. He told Upamanyu, please pray to the Ashwini twins. The Ashwini gods are the divine doctors who take care of the health of the Devtas. So he said, pray to them and they will help you restore your vision. As commanded by the master, Upamanyu prayed to the Ashwini gods, and pleased by his prayers, the gods appeared in front of him in the well, and they offered him a fruit and told him, Upamanyu, we are very happy with your prayers. Come, have this fruit and you will be absolutely fine. Upamanyu said, well, thank you so much for your blessing. Allow me to offer this food first to my master and then I can have it. The Ashwini god said, well, there is only one condition to have this fruit. You have to have this fruit without offering it to anyone, even if it is your master. Only then can your vision be restored. Upamanyu said, well, if that be the case, you may keep your fruit. I am happy to be blind for the rest of my life, but I cannot have this food without offering it first to my master, because this was the command given by him. The Ashwini gods tried to persuade Upamanyu to have the fruit, but Upamanyu stood his ground and refused to have the fruit without offering it to his master. Pleased by his steadfast devotion, the Ashwini gods blessed Upamanyu, restored his vision and helped him come out of the well. As Ashwini brothers disappeared, Upamanyu came out of the well and bowed down in front of his master. Rishi Dhaumya was very pleased with his disciples' devotion, and in that one moment he blessed Upamanyu, and with just the touch of his master, Upamanyu was able to get all the knowledge of the Shastras and the Vedas. By just one mere touch of the master, he was able to absorb the highest spiritual wisdom. So friends, this is the glory of serving the Guru, of serving the master. The 18th century poetess Sahajobai has beautifully mentioned in one of her poems, Ram taju par Guru na bisaru, Guru ke sam Hari ko na niharu. Meaning, I can forsake God if I have to, but I can never forsake my Guru. And even if God and Guru come in front of me together, I can never give God the same position as my Guru. My Guru will always have the higher position. Let me know how you like the story. Drop me a comment and I will see you guys in the next story. Jai Gurudev.